Russia here, and welcome to Tales of Fablecraft. So, this is going to be an interesting one, and I'm just saying this now because this is a cooperative virtual tabletop RPG set in the vibrant, hopeful world. And I'm going to take creative liberties here and say Mythras, because Mythras sounds a little, it could be Mythras. It's the world of whatever this name, the pronunciation of this name is. I'm going to say Mythras. We gather friends and embark on an adventure with integrated video chat, interactive battle maps, and incredible digital tools perfect for veterans and the RPG curious alike. So, basically, this is like a virtual tabletop, but better, apparently. So yeah, it's a digital tabletop role-playing game with a custom-built platform that makes adventuring easy, whether we're in person or remote. There is a base game which is free to play and includes a starter adventure, 130 unique assets, and you can play with up to 5 players and a GM and embark on epic adventures together. I'm just going to be playing the demo today. So there is a campaign here. I don't know if you can do that in the demo. I haven't looked that far into it, but you could also create a hero. I'm more interested in playing this little demo-y part here, which is what I'll be doing today. More information about it. So Fablecraft sessions apparently last around 90 minutes. So GMs, game masters, can use the inbuilt GM guide to run adventures with limited prep. And players can create characters in 15 minutes or less. There is obviously roleplay. So you roll dice. So yeah, every character's fate is determined by the roll of a die. Skill check and combat results are automatically calculated, so you can focus on wielding magic, scoring loot, and becoming the hero you're meant to be. There is tactical turn-based combat and a beautiful world to discover. This is also available to play on any platform, any device. You can join the game on a laptop, a desktop, Windows, Mac. There is tablet support that will be added later this year, and mobile support will be added in 2025 for Android and iOS devices, which is awesome. And I think this is going to be amazing. It is coming soon. I do not believe that a release date has been announced. However, the demo is here to play with, so that's what I'm going to focus on today. I'm very excited. I myself play Dungeons & Dragons. I play every Friday, IRL. My character's name is Winnie, and she's a mess. I also DM a game, usually on Sundays. We're taking an extended hiatus at the moment for one of our players' personal reasons. Also, one of my players moved to Scotland, but he's coming back in November, so it's fine. But that game's been running for years now, and hopefully will be coming to the resolution very shortly, so I'm very excited for that. But yeah, so these types of games are very much up my alley. I'm excited to explore this. Let's jump right in. Camera ready, it's optional. This demo requests video access to show off our built-in video chat functionality. If you'd prefer not to grant access, don't worry, you can still play through the demo in game with that video. I am not going to do that because I myself am not camera ready. However, just know that there is video chat functionality.
Greetings, adventurer.
So this would be me if I was here.
This demo should take around 15 minutes to complete.
Okay, there's also mic compatibility. This is the video chat view. You can toggle your mic on and off here or by pressing M, and you can toggle your camera on and off by pressing C.
You or a friend would typically take the GM spot and run a game for your group. But since you're new here, I thought I'd show you the ropes.
That's so very kind of you.
Video chat is built into the game, and you can toggle your camera on or off here.
I'm okay, thank you. This is great. I'm usually forever DM.
Click this icon to customize the video layout. For demo purposes, let's hide the video chat completely.
Okay. Wow.
Perfect.
Character selection.
Player characters are mages, people who find at random that they can wield the magic of the world better than most.
Amazing.
In the game, players create custom heroes from scratch. For now, select one of these pre-built options.
Okay, so we have Lark Night Song, a long strider merchant who can always conjure up a deal. Interesting. Sparks Boulder Blast, a Highlander inventor who loves to experiment. And Kai Pinecrest, a woodlander performer who kills softly with his song. So yeah, like I said, this is like tabletop roleplay game. So it's not Dungeons & Dragons, it's Dungeons & Dragons adjacent. I love that Dungeons & Dragons has made the world of tabletop RPGs accessible to so many more people, but there are a lot of different variations of the tabletop RPG. Currently, I'm hoping soon to play. We got the Avatar TTRPG, and I want to play that so bad. I also bought and backed a game called Flabbergasted, which is set in a 1920s universe, and you have like a societal club. It's, yeah. So there's a lot of different types. There's like kids on bikes. You could play Call of Cthulhu is a very another like big popular one that I have yet to play. I really want to play. I have so many others I have to look into to just get around to playing, but I've scratched merely the surface. There is so much that you can do, and I'm so interested to. I'm drawn to Kai, so we're going to do that. But I'm very interested in this premise for a game. Welcome to Mythras.
Mages are rare in Mythras.
It's
They
Mythras.
often provide your magical expertise in all sorts of situations.
Okay, Mythras. I need to stop. It's me. It's very small.
Taking you to the floating peaks of the Highlands.
Okay.
Through the ever-changing and mysterious wildwoods. Down to the vibrant and dramatic coral coasts, where you took a detour to enjoy some local flavor.
That's so beautiful. Look at the artwork. There's turtle. Where did you go on your detour? Oh, I went to the beach.
That's right. You'd laid out a veritable feast upon your picnic blanket, and you were just dipping your toes into the ocean before lunch when a dark shadow passed by overhead. Your gaze was drawn upward to a pair of outstretched arms, 4 curved tusks, and a white, portly belly. A sandhog was making a dive.
A sandhog. Oh my god.
Suggested that you might beat that porker to your picnic. Let's roll some dice to find out if you made it.
I hope I made it.
When you want to perform an action in the game, your GM may ask you to roll a skill check, choosing whichever of the 10 Fablecraft skills matches the task at hand.
So what's the Fablecraft skills?
Your lunch is a test of athletic speed.
Oh, agility.
Select agility as the skill to roll.
All right, well, how good am I at agility? I don't know. So agility is one of the skills, I assume. Kind of like, I'm going to make a lot of like D&D comparisons because it's the game that I'm most familiar with, but it's kind of like dexterity, I assume. So if you're doing like acrobatics or something. Dip, dodge, dip, dive, and dodge. I rolled 2. Oh, I rolled normal. I got an epic success.
You skidded onto your picnic blanket just in time. The sandhog diverted its flight, deciding against a scuffle. You really saved your lunch's bacon.
Nice. So the dice too are different.
Check, you'll roll a pool of 1 or more Fable dice. The total number of pips or sparks rolled determines your success or failure.
Oh, that's super cool. I want to learn more. So there are Fable dice. Fablecraft uses unique 6-sided dice called Fable dice. The pips on each die are called sparks. Jesus. When you roll a pool of Fable dice, the total number of sparks determines your successes or failure. Your die pool and sparks increase as your character progresses, but they will always have a combination of the following sides. So this is a -1, that's a 0, this is a +1, and this is a +2. When the GM requests a roll, you'll see a pop-up that shows how many sparks are required for success. The GM can select a level of normal, difficult, or impossible. Rolling more sparks than you require will result in an epic success, but rolls of less than 0 result in epic failure. It is up to your GM to determine how rolls may impact your character. Okay. So that's very different.
After your adventures in the Coral Coasts, you picked up a contract that brought you here, to the rolling plains of the Long Meadows.
Ooh. Starting my adventure.
You just arrived at the Wandering Vine Tavern. At dawn, you'll be heading out with the Tallgrass Pride. You've been hired as extra protection to escort them to the Starfall Festival. Let's roll a culture check to see what you know about your quest. As a woodlander, you have little knowledge of this region, so I'll set this roll to difficult.
Oh. So culture, understand the customs, behaviors, and beliefs of a particular group or region. So it looks like I need to hit a 2. And I don't have much. But I did it. I got a 3. I did an epic success. Hell yeah.
You know that the Tallgrass Pride, led by Dill Tallgrass, is one of many nomadic groups that travels the meadows. harvesting the valuable star fragments that fall here. They'll be transporting a sacred relic called the Star Seeker to the annual Starfall Festival, where it will be used to predict starfalls for the upcoming year.
Amazing.
For now, you're settling in for a
Whoa.
relaxing night. Maz, the cheery wave
I wasn't
chaser,
expecting the
greets you
animation.
from
Look at
behind the bar.
this. This is Maz, the cheery wave chaser. Hello, Maz. Cast some
As
spells.
you order a drink, Maz's smile begins to falter.
I'm in a jam.
Oh.
Tonight's entertainer hasn't shown up. It's gonna get rowdy if our regulars don't get a show.
As a DM myself, or a GM, I should say. I don't, I'm not that good at voices.
Well, Kai, you have a spell that can help Maz out.
I'm a
As a
performer.
performer, you can use your center of attention spell to win over the crowd.
Of course I can. I can use my center of attention. So we're going to make a charm so I can charm them. Draw the eye of all within earshot. Your audience can't look away or leave until your performance ends. I should be able to do this easy. What if I rolled all zeros? I only got one. Oh, because
Your
that
roll
little
was a
circle was a
success.
-1.
A hush falls over the crowd as you take the stage and begin your performance. By the time you play the last note, there's not a dry eye in the house. You receive a standing ovation before returning to the bar. That kazoo solo was a real hit.
Yeah, gotta love using a kazoo solo.
While a delighted Maz busies himself
Ooh.
behind the bar, an antlered patron leans over to you. So you're a mage, are you? She asks.
Okay, Dandelion Swift, Pride Guard. Dandelion has served as Tallgrass Pride Guard for the last 6 years. Born in the Wildwoods to long-strider parents, Dandelion has lived much of her life in the Long Meadows. She is a straight talker and can be slow to trust outsiders, but she's rumored to have a soft heart beneath her tough exterior. Okay, hi Dandelion.
You must be the one joining the Tallgrass Pride tomorrow. I'm the Pride Guard, Dandelion. She gives you an extremely firm handshake.
Thank you.
How about a game of feats? I'll give you a choice of 3 challenges. Succeed, and you get to wish upon the stars with a long-strided blessing.
Oh,
Plus, it'll show me what you're really made of.
okay.
Dandelion gives you 3 choices. Bester at arm wrestling, juggle the fruit on the bar, or pet Bangle, the antisocial tavern cat.
Aye. So I need to pick what I'm good at. And I don't really know how to check my stats though. I guess I want to try juggling. Because I've got a pool of 2 dice and it's a normal request. So we should be okay. Oh, okay. Okay, we did it.
You become one with the fruit. You
I am
are
the fruit.
You feel as though you've been juggling fresh produce for your entire life. You finish your act with a flourish. Colour me impressed, mage, Dandelion says. I'll see you bright and early. Oh, and don't forget to make your wish upon the stars. She heads upstairs to bed.
I got a wish upon the stars.
After Dandelion's departure, Maz sidles over.
Hi,
wonder,
Maz.
Given that you're a mage and all, if you could help me with a small pest problem.
You gonna make me fight? Oh. Oh, we're on a battle map. We gotta defeat some monsters.
You're aware of a faint buzzing sound, which seems to be getting louder. Right on cue, the crowd scatters.
I love how
as
Maz is
the
just gone.
mosquitoes burst through the windows.
Okay. It's my turn.
You're up first.
Shit.
Use your fireball ability to give these unwanted guests
Well,
a
this
warm welcome.
this one
Select
looks
a square
familiar.
in the middle of the group, so your fireball will hit most of the swarm.
I rolled a 1. Does that mean it works? Cool. Bye.
That's a hit. Looks like roast Roxquito is on the menu.
And all of the furniture surrounding it is on
The
fire.
one remaining Roxquito flies over, its needle-sharp sting pointed straight at you.
Ah!
Despite your best efforts, the Roxquito finds its target.
Ow.
Some foes need to roll dice to attack, but minions like these hit every time.
Oh, well, that's
It's your
not
turn again.
nice.
Time to show this bug who's boss.
Should I do a melee?
Select Crystallize. Click the Roxquito to target it directly.
I'm gonna mess you up. No, I'm not. Well then, I missed.
Ah, unlucky. When you don't roll any sparks, your ability
Yep.
is miscast. Your magic fizzles out around you. It's the Rocksquito's turn, and it's going to attempt escape.
Why? Do I get a... I guess you don't get attacks of opportunity.
Time to swap this buzzkill once and for all. Click and drag your token a little closer to the Rocksquito. Coldfire Lance should do. Select the Rocksquito as your target.
I'm gonna murder this guy.
You roll 2 sparks, which deals extra damage.
Ooh.
A
I
flaming
think
sphere
that's a bit of
light flies
overkill.
from your outstretched palm and skewers your target before shattering it into frosty dust. Nice work. That roll would have slowed your target too, reducing its movement. But there's no Rocksquito left to slow. With the Rocksquitos defeated, Maz reappears from behind the bar.
I don't know how to repay you. Free drinks all around.
Yay, we did it. We killed some mosquitoes. Okay, so that was the demo. So it's free to play and includes the Road to the Starfall Festival adventure, homebrew functionality, and over 135 unique assets. So I want to look into the other options that you have to choose. So that was the demo. We can go over here to play campaign or create a hero. I want to see if I can create a hero. I'm gonna call her Roshi. Actually, I want to see if I can make someone similar to a character that I used to play called Delphi. And it looks like she kind of looked... She had horns. She was... I played Delphi in a friend's campaign and she was a furbolg. So I loved that. But here we can learn more about like the areas from where we come from. So you could be a Highlander... They're often as sturdy and stubborn as the rock of their homeland. They're skilled stonemasons, climbers, and miners, and unsurprisingly have a penchant for heights. So you get bonus to culture, I guess. You can harden like a rock to survive extreme conditions, resist high or low temperatures, and withstand impacts, crushes, and falls. Then there's long meadows, rolling plains, and falling stars. Long striders are often labeled as swift and observant on account of their nomadic lifestyle. Many travel in prides, hunting valuable star fragments that fall in this region. So you get a bonus to this culture, I assume. Conjure small stars that dance and weave at your command. They shine bright enough to illuminate a small chamber or a nighttime pathway. So yeah, you get bonus stuff for whatever you pick. So you got High Disposition as a Highlander spell and Custom Constellation as a Longstrider spell. Wave chasers can be as dynamic and dramatic as the ocean itself. They live in watertop towns, bursting with music and revelry, so entertaining often comes naturally. Grant the ability to walk across a single continuous liquid surface. Sturdy boots are recommended when traversing toxic substances. That's cool. And then woodlanders are billed as inscrutable and pensive, and they forge deep bonds with the trees of their home forest. Many are skilled herbalists, healers, and woodworkers. You get Whisper of the Woods, so you can send a brief message to a friend via the root network of any plant. The better you know the recipient, the clearer the message will sound. I'm going to be a woodlander. Amazing. And I guess you can choose a portrait. I'm going to pick this lovely portrait because it looks most like Delphi. Although she had bright pink hair. Let's not look too into that. Okay, choose the class. So here we can learn about the classes. Awesome. So the first one is a Guardian, the muscle. Guardians have strong morals and stronger fists. They're natural leaders, understand local laws, and believe in following rules, especially their own. They get a spell called Imprison. You can bind a defeated foe and magically transport them to an appropriate nearby authority. And these are your key skills. So this little number here, I believe, is your dice pool. So that's how many dice you would roll when you were rolling for a skill check. Yeah, so obviously the more dice you have, the better chance you are at succeeding, I assume. So you get might, culture, perception. Might obviously is how strong you are. You can smash it. Culture is about the area you're in. Perception, listening, looking, seeing. Charm, charisma, I assume. And empathy. Oh, wow, that's cool. Sensing the emotions, thoughts, and motivations of others. So that's similar to like insight, I guess. Then we have an inventor. Ooh, the maker. Inventors are highly resourceful, creating treasure from trash in a pinch, MacGyvering it. They're often noodling on something new, but its safety and reliability cannot be guaranteed. Cool. Fashion a handy object from whatever you have at hand. The result may not be pretty, but it'll get the job done. That's super cool. So they get improvise, agility, spellcraft, academics, and might. Cool. We've got a merchant who is the dealer. Merchants could sell rocks to a miner and they'd negotiate a fine price too. They have an eye for a bargain, a nose for a deal, and a gut instinct for what their customer wants. Identify the thing that someone wants most. It might be material or emotional. Awesome. A naturalist. The cultivator. Naturalists nurture the wilderness around them, and some prefer plants and animals to people. They can communicate with the natural world and bring harmony when needed. You can communicate with plants and animals to glean information. They are under no obligation to be friendly or helpful. That's a very important thing to remember. Then we have performer. They are natural attention seekers, drawing the spotlight to create a distraction or entertain a crowd. They can usually win over even the most discerning audiences. So you can use center of attention to draw the eye of all within earshot. There's the rogue. Rogues are naturally stealthy and have a knack for avoiding the consequences of their actions. They're a useful addition to any adventuring party, provided they can behave. You get the spell skullduggery. Make your suspicious or morally ambiguous behavior seem on the level. That's awesome. And then there's the sage, who's the brains. Sages have a bounty of knowledge that they're keen to share. They are good at identifying objects and relics, producing random facts, and being aggressively condescending. You spell is condescend. Rant about the minute details of a subject until your target agrees with your point and regrets any words to the contrary. Wow, I want to be a naturalist. And then you can choose a combat style. So there's even more customization. So you can choose fire and ice. I can choose to manipulate gravity or control sickness and health. That's awesome. So if you do fire and ice, you get crystallize, shatter your foe's defenses with a frosty touch, fireball, which is self-explanatory, and cold fire lance. So elementalists can rain fire down on foes or shoot spears of ice. They're best positioned at the edge of the action, launching attacks that foes won't see coming. Gravimancers are well suited to running headfirst into danger. They're the tanks of combat, using gravitational force to leap, smash, and hinder enemy movement. So you can smash your enemy into the ground, you can skew your enemies with pure force, or you can defy gravity with a jump, then crash down on them. Amazing. Superior landing. And then as the only healers, Radiants play a vital role in battle. They channel the light within to heal and harm in a single strike, draining enemy health to restore their allies. This sounds more like Delphi. You fill an ally with healing light that harms surrounding enemies, a ray of light that harms or heals those in its path, and drain your foe's health to restore your own. I'm going to make Delphi a Radiant. She was a spore druid, if that explains anything. She was also she was raised in a cult, a haggish cult, if I'm remembering correctly, that she was unaware of was actually like a cult because it was all she knew. Basically, I based her off like a soothsayer. She like threw bones and did all that stuff. It was very fun to play. I miss that girl. Okay, cool. I have my Delphi. Yay. She does not have a campaign yet, but you can have up to 5 custom heroes. Amazing. So that was custom character creation. There's also, of course, the play campaign button, which we can create here. Welcome, kind and benevolent game master. Your story starts here. Time to gather some mages and choose your adventure. Okay, so, I'll just name something like from my campaign. I'm not going to write an overview, but I could add people if I wanted to here. I don't actually have friends, so I can't actually show you much more of this without finding friends, but this is how you create a campaign, I assume. And like I said, in the base game of this game, it's free to play and it includes a starter adventure. So I assume you could look into that when you're designing your first campaign. But yeah, this is free. This demo is free to download on Steam right now. You can add it to your wishlist if you find it interesting. And they have a Discord as well, I believe. So if you're looking for a group to play with, you can find fellow beta adventurers on Discord. So go and check it out if you find it interesting. I love when people create things like this, especially if it's online, because there's such a difficult, I don't know, from my personal experience, I've always been kind of lucky. I have a decent friend group that I've had since I was in high school, and we've played D&D since we've been in high school. So we've kind of always had people to play with, but I understand that there is a large group of people out there in this world that find it hard to find IRL people to play tabletop RPGs with. And being able to have things like this where we can play online and have it so intuitive and different, and even if it's not Dungeons and Dragons, if it's another TTRPG altogether, it's still amazing that we can play certain things like this. Like, honestly, you can play TTRPGs however you want. But I think if you're interested in this universe that they've created and the game, the way they do the dice rolls, the characters, the lore, give it a go. Even just mess around with your friends if you've got 90 minutes to run through a session. And yeah, have fun. That's going to be it for me today, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.